Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is Wednesday, 8:47 a.m., the 27th of May. So just doing a quick market scan, I just want to highlight here Wall Street. So yesterday there were quite a few of these. So I was waiting for pullbacks on the 4-hourly. I just wanted to highlight that, for example, there would have been a potential trade setup over here, which would have not have triggered really. I guess there was a nice setup here as well, which would have been a 2-to-1 also. And there's another potential setup happening at the moment. The candle's a bit too big though to pass on that. So just highlighting that most of the indices are going to be offering similar opportunities. My only concern is when I have a look at things like US tech, it is heading towards 10,000, which is a key number. If I look at Wall Street, it's heading into the resistance. So it's just a little bit of a concern as we head into those big numbers. But predominantly the direction is to the upside. So this represents, on an average day, what I would consider fantastic trading conditions. All right, I've got an uptrend on every single time frame. And so the odds are really good. So for the newer traders, if you're just, excuse me, if you're just joining my channel in the last few days, these are the kind of conditions I want you to take note that this is what I want you to be trading all the time. Okay, these types of conditions. Let's look at the FTSE. So even the FTSE is climbing. It's a bit overextended on that 15-minute time frame. So these are the kind of, so the indices today are predominantly looking good for long opportunities. My concern is really much more to do with them approaching those historical highs and then finding resistance and then possibly rejecting those. I'm looking at the Hang Seng today to see if we do close as a small bearish candle because it is at resistance. So there's level of support becoming resistance and potentially a break tomorrow or in the next session. Excuse me, could see price starting to head down again. Looking at Nikkei, that looks fantastic. So collectively, again, these are really, really good trading opportunities on the 1 hour, on probably even on the 5-minute will look good as well. So 5-minute looks decent coming back into, here's an example, coming back into resistance here to test it for support. Could be a good opportunity there as well. So some good, decent chances there. The ASIC's not as good as the rest. Let's have a look at dollar basket. So dollar basket is now kind of rejected that 100 level, pushing down to the lows within this range. So until we get out of the range, I'm still going to treat it as though it's ranging and has no clear direction. Looking at euro dollar, same thing applies. It is still stuck within a daily, excuse me, a daily range. Looking at sterling. So sterling is now in an uptrend on the daily, but it's just a bit of a mess. And so potentially coming back down to these highs here towards 1.23, there might be a bullish setup. So I would have to wait for at least the next couple of candles, which means that setup, if that occurs, is not even going to occur until later this afternoon in the UK. Looking at Aussie dollar, you can see that daily coming back, testing support, heading off today. Yesterday it had a really good day. Today it's consolidating. It's a little bit overextended. You see it's coming back in here, so I'm going to wait a few hours to see if that sets up as a bullish candle and if it wants to resume. Kiwi dollar will be the same thing. Okay, dollar yen largely, again, is just a general crappy chart to trade. Excuse me, I'm really not sure why anyone would do it. And dollar Swissy is also not great because of the daily. Dollar CAD is looking nice and bearish. So we've just had a nice breakout below this flat level, which means we're likely to see a bit of a trend kick off. So pullbacks into this flat level would be nice opportunities. That'll be in the next few hours. I'll see if I can keep an eye on that. If I'm at my computer, I'll take a live trade and record it. So dollar CAD looking good for shorts later in the day. Keeping an eye on this as a daily, might potentially become a bullish candle, but it's too soon to tell. Euro Aussie, again, these are looking good for potential shorting opportunities. Look at that, really nice breakthrough, rejection of resistance, heading lower. So Euro Aussie as well as what was it? It was dollar CAD. So have a look at that. Euro Kiwi looks as though that's potentially going to head lower as well. So Euro Aussie and Euro Kiwi had great days yesterday. Euro Yen has got some strong resistance here. So I'm a little bit cautious of that, but that could start to trend higher later in the day. Dollar Swiss is starting to climb a bit here, so that's a bit of a mess. That's interesting. Dollar CAD, sorry, Euro CAD. No, that's it. Euro CAD, look at that. Beautiful trend to the downside. This is really good. It's a little overextended on the 4-hour time frame. On the daily, it's coming into key support. But in every other respect, this is great. These are good market conditions. So that's Euro CAD, Dollar CAD. There's a bit of a trend, a bit of a correlation there. Pound Aussie, also looking a bit more bearish. So Pound Aussie, similar to Euro Aussie. Some of these looking to go lower. Pound Kiwi, the spreads can be a bit high, but that move looks pretty certain. Pound Yen, also same thing again. Was trending upwards yesterday. Now is not sure what it wants to do. Pound Swissy starting to push a little bit higher. So Swissy pairs are looking like they want to push a little bit higher. The crosses. Pound CAD. These are really good. So a lot of these I think are going to be on my watch list for today. Aussie Kiwi, not so great at the moment. Aussie Yen still looks bullish. That looks like a potential breakout to the upside. Possibly keep an eye on that. That's just a thought here. Flat level, break above 7.15 or 0.715 to the upside. That would be a nice trend flow setup or a nice turning point, a swing setup on the 4-hour time frame, a break above the high. So again, 3 hours time to come and check the close of that candle. Could be a nice breakout above this level, stop loss below the low here with my entry just above the high of that flat level. So that looks good. So Aussie Yen looking good to go long. Aussie Swissy has already broken through the same kind of setup. You can see here it's already led the way. And Aussie CAD not really going anywhere at this point in time. Kiwi Yen doing a similar setup here. Look, flat level, bullish candles. These look good. They look good for long setups. I quite like that. And they've broken outside of a range on the daily and headed off. So there's a lot of evidence to support they're going to climb. Kiwi Swissy, same thing as Aussie Swissy, broken through that level. That's already on its way. If you didn't get it because you weren't up yet, that's fine. Swissy Yen heading lower. So there's some markets moving at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. There's a flat level breakout that's already occurred. So CAD Yen has already broken to the upside in the same way that I'm expecting some of these other ones to do that. CAD Swissy taken off. Okay, let's have a look at gold. So gold is still heading lower at this point in time. I'm a bit cautious on that spot. Silver, not really going anywhere. That's okay. It's within a range. Let's look at crude oil. Crude oil is going sideways. No clear trend at the moment. Okay, so let's go down to Bitcoin and see what's going on there. Okay, so Bitcoin not really going anywhere either. Okay, so let's just go back quickly before I wrap up the video. What are the ones I like the look of? Kiwi Yen, I think Aussie Yen as well. These flat level breakouts look good. So I've got to head out this morning. I've got a call that I have to do on a presentation that on a speaking event, and then I have to take my dog to the vet when I come back. So I might just place some orders in here to have price breakouts and put my stop loss in here. And we'll see how that goes. I hate doing that when I'm not close to the charts when it's closer to the time, but this is looking potentially decent, especially as Aussie Yen, Aussie CAD. It wasn't Aussie Yen, it was Aussie Yen and Aussie Swissy. And it was it Pound Swissy? It wasn't. Pound Aussie. It's hitting lower, but it was Kiwi. Kiwi Yen looking good. Nice long setup there, and Aussie Yen looking good for those breakouts to the upside. Those are just a couple of things. We could see Swissy Yen was a CAD Yen, and CAD Swissy already done similar moves. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave you with that. Safe trading. Manage your risk accordingly and stay safe in general. Thank you.